All right. Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Let's see how many people we get on. General. Yeah, I am back. Antonio, always the first two people here. All right. Ugh. There we go. That was bothering me. The audio is working correctly, I would assume. Let me see. I think it is. It worked yesterday. All right. Hello again, Gojira. Joe, welcome back. Surprised on a Monday. It is, yeah. When you have to go to work and this happens. Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. Oh, you know what I forgot to enable is the comments playback feature. That's going to bug me. Let me do that now. So for people who want to watch after the fact, they can at least see what the chat was saying. Where is that feature? One moment. I'll look at your comments in a second. Oh, okay. No, it was activated in the first place. Good. Good. Okay, let's see what's going on. Audio is good. All right. Saw the notification, immediately joined. Well, I appreciate that. Hope no bots this time. I don't know. I mean, I get the free view, don't I? I get the free view, which means free promotion. I'm fine with that, considering I'm trying to undecease this channel. So what am I doing today? I'm going to open. Well, I wanna open the Scorpion aliens, but I wanted to keep one of them in box. I'm going to keep this one in box because it has the nicest box. I'll keep her so she can go on my wall. And then I'll just open these two. One of these is old, actually. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one's the older one. So, but they don't look any different, to be honest with you. Is the paint better than the first release? I'll have to check. I'm gonna need to grab my other Scorpion when I unbox him. Imagine Rambo versus a predator in the deep jungle. Oh, Rambo would win. You know, that's his spot. Yeah, let's just get to it. I'm gonna open these, and then yeah, I can bring out the previous Scorpion. Usually with these re-releases, the paint is kind of better in the sense that it's shiny. But to be honest with you, it doesn't look too different than the initial release, but I'll do it anyway. Haven't opened a box like this from NECA in a long time. Nowadays they just do the ultimates, or well, I guess the movie deco ones weren't ultimates technically. Currently working on a video. I was in the middle of editing it. It's not for this channel, sorry. That's next. But I wanted to put out something for the Sanctuary. I wanted to show off my gaming setup. So that's in the middle of editing right now. I'm going to try and finish that today, put it out tomorrow if people are interested in seeing non-Alien Predator stuff on our group channel. Question, can the thing assimilate a Xeno? I mean, my knowledge of the thing is that it can assimilate basically everything except certain kinds of metal. So then, yeah, but there's the acid blood too. And I mean, what is acid blood? It has roughly the same properties as fire, in that it melts you or disintegrates you, charcoals you, and the thing doesn't particularly take kindly to fire. So I don't know. And again, they're both alien life forms, or really creepy alien life forms. And that they're kind of like monstrous and everything, different than humans. So I don't know. A predator, yeah, but I don't know about an alien. By the way, last night after the end of the stream, I went to eBay and saw someone selling Thelog for 45, so I bought it and shipped 20 minutes later. Should be expecting to come tomorrow because I. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, with the gargoyle stuff, I'm gonna just like I have my Goliath. He's in my pile of loot, but I'm patient with them. The one I really wanted the most was Goliath, and I honestly I might call it a quits with Goliath because I like gargoyles. I watched it when I was a kid, but I would be satisfied with just a gargoyle, with just a Goliath. But knowing me, I'll see the others in person if I do, and I'll pick them up. So initial reactions of the Scorpion is weirdly the joints are okay. I can't believe I'm saying that. The joints, for the most part, are okay. In fact, all of the joints, and this gal's got double jointed elbows. They're perfectly fine. How about that? Mid half is a bit stiff, but it moves. How about that? I wish NECA would make a Predator big game figure. And you know what sucks about that is that would be a really easy thing to do because you can essentially work with the Jungle Hunter mold. Ooh, hold on, this leg's not feeling good. I spoke too soon? Nah, it's just a little loose. It's okay. I thought it was gonna snap off. One sec. Where am I? Xanatos. See, that would be cool. The thing with gargoyles is it's a black hole for me. I know that it's kind of like what I was saying with the 3-0, and they're completely different price points. But if I get more than just a Goliath, like a base Goliath, I will be entering the black hole. So I got to be careful. How many years have you been collecting Pred figures? 12 years, if my math serves me right. And I think it does. Whoa! The jaw on this scorpion is perfectly straight. Look at that. That is perfectly straight. Not crooked at all. Hardly. But I want to compare this to my other one. Let me grab my other one. I am still here, but trust me, you don't want to see me in my PJs. Where is? Oh yeah, I can already tell that the paint on this new. Well, it's mine is really dusty. The initial release of Scorpion's really dusty. And let me turn on my. Okay, so this is the initial release of Scorpion. Really, really dusty, but not particularly metallic. And then here's the new one, which is obviously better. So it's a big difference. It's darker and shinier. In fact, it's a lot darker now that I'm looking at it. So this is, well, it kind of depends on taste. I still like the old one, but this one's obviously a little bit more impressive. So I'm glad I have both of them, though, to be honest with you. You know, I will say that the material is different. This one feels cheaper, this new one. Its plastic is really rubbery. That was a hard plastic. I think they may have cheaped out. Maybe it's just this one. I'll look when I open the other one. Honestly, when they make the like with the armor, you should see that. That's also a good one. Joints out of the box. This is a monumental moment. Yeah, no, she's good. She's good. Every single joint works properly. Yeah, go figure. Just take pride in your channel, bro. If you have a vision, go and achieve it. Hard work starts with us all. Look forward to more unboxing. Well, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. What is she? Joe's talking about a girl. It's like I said, but don't worry about that stuff. Enjoy your childhood. Girl stuff can come later. That's my advice. I'm talking like I have life experience. How old am I? I'm 24. But I do know for a fact. Fuck. Oh, excuse my language. I'm trying to make this a little bit more family friendly. I apologize for that. I will keep these. I like these. The curl stuff can come later, man. Like, enjoy your childhood while you still have it, because before you know it, it's gonna be gone. Is this the good one? This is the bad one. Okay. Where am I? I don't buy NECA Aliens, but I really wish they would reissue the Queen face hugger. Me too. That would be nice. Are you thinking about getting the Gorilla Alien figure? I have the Gorilla Alien. Yeah, I have that one. In fact, I have the NECA and the Kenner. The old Kenner, I mean. That's the one that came with the blue face hugger, right? To my knowledge. They get around to making good Alien movies again. They should they adapt any Xenos from the Kenner line or the games? I mean, either would work. The Kenner ones are easy to work with. One sec. This one isn't as glossy. Look, whether it's Kenner, whether it's a comic book, whether it's a video game, they can make it work. Like, if they're worried about trying to ground aliens in reality by just keeping them the way they've been in the movies, they've got a big mistake. They've made a big mistake, or they are making one. Because this is the same thing with the Jurassic World movies. Aliens are already ridiculous. They have acid blood. Okay, they can crawl on walls. And they're aliens. So the fact alone that it's already crazy, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, adapt them from the comics. Have a gorilla alien in the movies. will make a difference. The reason I was talking about Jurassic World is dinosaurs are already crazy enough. Why do we need to genetically modify them? You have so much potential to work with, but it would be pretty cool if NECA released the Genocide Xenomorph figures again. I want an army build. Me too. You collect Star Wars Black Series? I collect very, very, very few Star Wars Black Series. I get the armors. So Storm or Clone Troopers, Boba Fett's, Mandalorian stuff, all that. This one was packaged incorrectly. There's a twisty tie around his body, and that was not connected. Let me turn this off. That was not connected to the box. What's up, Jimmy, from my workstation? Well, hello there. Even though the Predator Killer was a bad concept, I like how it was meant to be protection from a Predator invasion, though. You know, the Predator Killer is I think it's a bad concept in the context of that movie. Personally, I think it would be kind of silly to have a Predator invasion on Earth because that would make no sense in terms of the lore. But to have a Predator Killer suit for the Predators, maybe for Enforcer Predators who are going against the likes of Super Predators, that would make sense because Enforcer Predators don't worry about honor necessarily, or the top dogs don't. I mean, look at Wolf. He didn't care. He did what he needed to do. And so for the Predators to have those against, banished clans, that would make sense. Nah, PETA would complain about too many animal Xenos, probably. Maybe the Predators want to collect Earth and live there. I mean, maybe, I guess. I don't know how well that would work. See, that's where things get hazy. I don't think Predators would want to do that. That's not honorable. And they don't want to collect planets. If they need to leave their home world, there are plenty of others in uninhabited planets that can suit their needs. I mean, look at the one from Predators. See? Yeah, and as far as building an empire, all the joints on this one suck, by the way. I don't think they want to build an empire necessarily is the thing. Are you excited for the release of Prey next year? Any predictions, good or bad? I think it'll be good. I think they're already on a good track with the whole Native American theme, which is very comic book friendly. I can't move this one at all. I mean, it's pointless. Not as shiny as the other one. So I have a very dull Scorpion. I have this reissue from a year ago, which is slightly shinier. And then I have the newest reissue, which is super shiny. So I have 3 variants of Scorpion. Okay. And this one needs a hot water bath. God help me with that. I don't know. And I have one in the box. So I've accomplished what I needed. I guess Yacha Prime is good enough. Seems to be holding up. But again, if they need to leave their home world, if it's like a Superman situation, they need to leave their planet, they got the one from Predators, and there's probably billions of others like it, because Earth is just for hunting. Because the thing is, if you do that in a movie, it becomes a Michael Bay movie. If they go and try and collect Earth, then you just lose anything that was good about Predator. Alien is different because they're an infestation. But predators, it wouldn't work. Give Wolf a paperclip and some duct tape and he'd win the day. Probably. He'll manage. He's a MacGyver. Are you excited for the release? Oh, I already read that one. What would be your thoughts if NECA made a Predator killer suit? Listen, in the context of that movie was idiotic, but it looked cool. In fact, I heard Prime 1 canceled the Predator killer suit statue. You think you should purchase an Alien from Prime 1 Sideshow or you and get your thoughts on it? Well, I already pre-ordered a Prime 1 Predator statue, so I'll be doing that. As far as Alien, there haven't been any that I particularly want, given the price. I still love High Wars Predator. He's one of my favorite hunters, and he dealt with lots of aliens. Too bad he died by humans in the books. That's right. They did 2 Kenner Predators, huh? In the books. Or in, was it Life and Death? I think it was Alien versus Predator Life and Death, or was it just Predator Life and Death? I don't remember the exact one. I hear they're going to be rebooting AVP. I mean, if they do AVP again, yeah, they're probably going to reboot it, which I think is kind of stupid, but so sick of reboots. Nothing needs a reboot. There are many this one is his. Where do you think the Lost Tribe? After the second Predator movie, I don't know where the Lost Tribe went. Again, rumors that they appeared in Predators and made cameos in other films, but I don't know. Still find it hard to believe Isabel knew how to control a Predator ship back to Earth. See, that's where plot holes come into. Well, that's not even a plot hole. That's just we don't know what to do anymore with writing this movie, which is fine. Or in the game. But even in the movie, you had Brody who was gonna. Well, I guess the ship was gonna be on autopilot back to Earth, but still. What Prime 1 did you go for? Prime 1 and Jenny. I have the Jungle Hunter on pre-order. The Prime 1 Jungle Hunter. I have the deluxe edition with bonus parts pre-ordered. And I have one of the busts for it pre-ordered. Actually, I have that, and I have one companion piece on pre-order for it, which is the battle damage Jungle Hunter bust, which can be used for the statue. And then I'm on the wait list for the limited edition closed mouth one, which is the one I want the most as far as companion pieces. They did other companion pieces for it, but those actually, the head sculpts they have, which is the reason I want those companion pieces, they come with the statue, the particular statue I pre-ordered. I plan to do a video on those, but I want to have assurance that I'm getting that limited edition companion piece because I need that one. The closed mouth one, that's perfection. People were complaining about that companion piece, that I think it's the right eye is not there, it's hidden. And people were on Facebook complaining to Prime 1 saying, that's stupid. Why is his right eye not sculpted properly? Blah, blah, blah. And everybody else in the comments saying, go watch the movie. The animatronic head that was worn by Kevin Peter Hall, yeah, the eye was screwed up. So that's entirely movie accurate. And I hope they don't change it because it's perfect. The sculpt is absolutely perfect. And I hope I'm on the wait list for Prime 1. I don't know if anybody here has ever. This is my first time ordering anything from that's Prime 1 related. If anybody's been waitlisted for any Prime 1 stuff on their site, let me know if they ever honored your your waitlist stands, because I want to know if I actually have a chance at getting it, or if I'm just going to be waitlisted for the rest of the decade. Just by pressing random buttons, and with video game logic, she'll get back. What if one of them was a self-destruction button? That'd be funny. When in the Lord's name are we getting a new Pred Alien figure? Never. I don't think we're ever going to get it. I don't mean to sound pessimistic, but NECA just doesn't care anymore. Predator 5, just go with it. I hope that doesn't turn out to be true. That would be fire. Have it on. Oh, so you have that one on pre-order too? And pray, how are Indians going to beat a space alien with literal lasers? See, I don't think the Predator is going to use his entire arsenal. I also heard rumors it's going to be a female Predator, which I'm fine with. I don't think they're going to use their entire arsenal. The Jungle Hunter did, because Dutch's team was heavily armed and they could hold their own, but I think the Predator and Prey is going to look at how primitive people are, and they're going to go easy on them. I'd like to see AVP Jaguar get re-released to newer platforms. I see. In time, my friend. Still want NECA to release Batman Dead End Predators, but it's highly unlikely. Yeah. I mean, they did, right? They did a Big Red, then Wasp, and Albino, but I think that's it. Had any experience with AliExpress Alien Predator figures? I don't believe so. No. If NECA continued with arcade AVP figures, would you get the Corrupt Marines? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But there's still so many other designs they can do from the arcade game, as far as Xenos go. In other words, if whatever they put out for that game, I'll get it. Unless I really don't want them to do more movie decos. I want new characters. Kind of like the story of Hunting Grounds, but oh man, it's pretty boring. Well, see, that's the thing with Hunting Grounds. I quit. I didn't quit entirely, but it just got so boring. I mean, if anybody wants to jump on with me and play a few games whenever, sure, but without friends, it's so boring. The best way to play that game is a custom game with you and your friends only. That's my experience with it. There was a City Hunter in Dead End. See, I don't even remember. Has the same armor. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm glad you're back, brother. Well, thank you, War Machine. More stuff incoming. PS9 and Jimmy Lee hunting a Yautja. I wouldn't get 5 feet. Go into cardiac arrest knowing my stamina. Mr. Joe asks, honest question, should I visit my old channel because I've forgotten Predator and Alien 7? Haven't catched up a whole lot. It's been over a year since I've been on. I might go Spider-Man 2. Yeah, just revisit it. Look at what I did. It's been 2 years since I've done anything. I'm back. What do you think of the new Panther Alien figure and its variant? I like them. They look good. Again, new characters. I'm happy. And as far as like the figure goes itself, it looks fine. I don't have any beef with it so far. I'm sure it'll be fun. Well, QC issues, but besides, it looks fine. Looks like a good mold. I like the paint. It looks like a Panther alien. And Night Cougar. If you could get to have and keep any prop from any of the Predator movies, what would it be and why? That's a good question. I would love the mask, the biomask from the first movie. I would love that to death. Dutch's knife would be pretty cool, though. That would be cool if there was a swap of Alien Isolation with Predator Isolation. You don't know how that would. That, you know what? If they did like a Predator Isolation type of thing, it would be quite similar to Alien Isolation, just with more action. That's it. I actually think that could work. You know, do it in a jungle. Um, don't make it too linear, and follow. You know, you'll have your story. I think it could work actually. I could probably use assets from Hunting Grounds. In fact, I'm still waiting for things like re-release Spike Tail Predator, but it's taking long. I think it was to shut us up. And you know what, Joe? I think I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't know when or if we'll get a Spike Tail. I think Randy recently has been saying stuff that he made no progress. I mean, we talked about yesterday, people who were on yesterday's stream last night. He promised us a Dutch 2025, or no, not was it for Hunting Grounds? Dutch is 2025, right, or 2029? I don't remember. We never got that. It's been like a year, and it was confirmed practically. So, and it shut us up back then, didn't it? Shut me up. What Kenner Predator and Alien figures do you wish NECA would make? That's an interesting question. From Alien, the first thing we need to do is finish our teams, right? So, Aliens is almost done. Give us Drake, right? If possible, you know, give us maybe a Gorman, right? Maybe you can do, if you can't get the likeness to some of those background Marines and pilots, just put out generic, um, pilots, generic Marines, um, to fill out the team. But like, we really need a Gorman and a Drake. As far as Predator goes, I'm not going to say anything about the humans. Apparently, they just can't get the licenses. So move into the video games and move into the comics. There's a lot of stuff you can do. I mean, we talked about yesterday. Go to AVP 2010. I would love figures from there. I would absolutely adore figures from that game. So I'd want a combi stick or the wrist blade. I also kind of want uh, a disc. Uh, oh, you said what Kenner Predator and Alien figures do you wish uh, NECA would make? Oh, okay. Well, um, I don't know about Predator. They've done a lot of Predators, but do a Flying Queen. Yeah. AVP disc or Predator 2 disc? Predator 2 disc. Yeah, I'll go with Predator 2 disc. Feels like Turtles is a bit slowed down finally. Watch it backfire. Well, we'll see. Look, the Turtle stuff looks great. But, A story mode based Predator game needs to be made. 2010 was absolutely perfect. Just do that. And yet still no AVP 2 figures, but like I said, so much shown and said, and they skip it over. I don't even know when we'll ever get a wolf or a pred alien or a carved xenome. I don't know. Dead Sika. I probably just butcher your name, but hello regardless. NECA did previously make an Aliens Drake figure. I don't think they did a Drake. No, you're right. They did a Kenner Drake, but I want a movie Drake. Is an anniversary for AVP2 new figures maybe? Is it the anniversary for Requiem? You're right, it is the anniversary. I don't think we'll get anything. I don't think Randy even knows. How about a grizzly alien figure? Yeah, you don't merge any animal with an alien. You got a good figure. You got a good design. A new Deacon figure, yeah. I don't think they'll ever even reissue Deacon or anything from Prometheus. To be honest with you, maybe way down the line. No, isn't this the 10-year anniversary of Prometheus? It is, because it released 2012, so it would be later this year in like July or something. Yeah, it's not going to happen. They're not doing Deacon. They're not doing anybody. Predator Concrete Jungle needs the remaster treatment. Concrete Jungle is a great one. Do that. In fact, I think that would be really popular. If you could have one real or remaster any of the really old AVP ones. If you could have one real Predator weapon, what would it be? Oh, plasma caster. So if I don't like somebody, I can just shoot them. I bet in 2027 NECA finally releases Wolf on the 20th anniversary. So what would this anniversary be? So 8, 9, 10. It's the 13th anniversary? Am I getting my math right? No. It's the 15th, right? Fudge, I don't know my math. Yeah, it's the 15th. I really wanted an engineer to go with Ahab. Yeah, that would have been cool. They could still do an engineer from the comics because they look different, a little bit different, but they won't. A David versus Walter 2-pack. That would be nice. Yeah, and they already did. They have his likeness, right? Yeah, they have Michael Fassbender's likeness because they already did one David. They should really start doing concept figures or oddball ideas to keep the line fresh, like that Joker. Yeah, I would love oddball ideas. You know, take really, really obscure characters from the comics and bring them to life. And it will keep the line alive because that's what people like. We'd like the oddball stuff. Look, the majority of people who collect Alien and Predator, like other lines, really know their stuff. So give us oddball stuff. We'll know what it is. We'll buy it. A man bear pig from South Park. I don't remember that. I never watched much of South Park, to be honest. Would you rather see an ultimate wolf first or an ultimate serpent hunter? Oh, wolf. Yeah, give us wolf. Look, serpent hunter is cool, but I'd much rather have a wolf. They made Stoneheart way too big to me. I know you haven't seen the game in a while, but he's barely taller than Scar. Oh, wow, okay. So then why did they use the Assassin Predator mold? Couldn't they have just used, hell, couldn't they just have used the base mold of an AVP1 figure? Like they did with Scar? Maybe scale it up a little bit? I'm gonna replay the game soon because I have it on I hooked up my PlayStation too, because now I'm curious. I want to do comparisons, but Assassin was the bulkiest predator. Oh, by far, yeah. I mean, AVP ones were top heavy, but yeah, Assassin just he's a giant. They should do those jumping spider aliens that were pitched for that Alien 3 draft. And those were I think those were merged into Colonial Marines if I'm not mistaken, or inspired by. But yeah, they could do that more prototype stuff. Of the battle damage classic predator mask for lawn spear, because I really like that skull possibility. Look, they're interested in using previous assets, so they're gonna have to use something. That's right, Wolf all the way. I got all excited when NECA did the classic series version of Berserker, and then they dropped the line. Oh, that's right. It was Berserker, and weirdly enough, a Covenant. What's his name? Not Protomorph. What's the name of the white one? Neomorph. Neomorph. Yeah, that went nowhere. That sucked. Would you like to see for me? Elder would be cool. Elder would be great. To tell you the truth, if they did a Berserker in that style, it would be cool to get the other two. Aliens versus Mars Attack. I liked Mars Attacks. That had some of the best cameos ever. Jared from Subway versus a Yacha Predator versus Predator. Who win? Oh, Jared. Jared would. But if you look at Stoneheart, he actually looks bulkier than Assassin. I want to see Stoneheart look like before he was brainwashed, became a bad blood. So okay, so easy solution. So use look, the Assassin Predator mold is okay. I would have preferred if they just started from scratch. Because here's the thing with NECA. Stoneheart was a big reach. Not in terms of making the character, but in terms of finding something to a body mold to use for him. Look, NECA, I get it. You're cheap and you want to reuse molds for the rest of your lifespan. But there are some characters that you just can't keep reusing assets for. Stoneheart is one of them. You can't completely use an AVP mold. You can't completely use an Assassin Predator mold, even if you scaled it down. It needs to be new. That's it. And they don't have a problem doing that for literally every single other line they put out. So it's getting on my nerves. But yeah, Stoneheart's a new character, but physically apparently not. It's just a reuse of old crap. Where the Xeno assimilated the entire space station as a figure, that would be some that would be a bit upsetting to look at night, don't you think? Before you go to bed. Look at my little space station assimilated alien. Isn't he cute? Would look like the Rat King from Last of Us. Think we could get some Marvel crossover action like a Wolverine, Alien, or Hulk. See, I will say that I think the most realistic one we can get would be like a Wolverine versus Alien, but that's a very slim chance. But that, I could see that. From Mortal Kombat X, I don't know about that because McFarlane has the rights for Mortal Kombat, but McFarlane does not have the rights any longer for Alien. I don't know. Too bad it's freezing, and Randy doesn't like sharing. Too bad it's freezing cold out where I live. Walking and stomping around the cold like Celtic predator in Antarctica. Oh, it's cold here too. The laziest predator from NECA for me was unarmored. Oh God, by all means. They painted him a bright yellow like a Simpson. I'm looking at him right now. Not completely yellow, he was bland. Uh, but did not get rid of the actual armor, and he's called unarmored. I'll Randy was such a I don't want to get too angry about it, but he was being real such a douchebag. Hence why this channel will never promote or will never be in a professional relationship with NECA. I trash them. Look, they do good figures, but they also make trash, absolute trash sometimes. And if I wasn't a completionist, I wouldn't have gotten that assassin, that unarmored assassin, because that was just taking advantage of people. Well, Rishi, I think that's what Gojira was referring to. That you know, that's what comics are for. Sabretooth versus Predator. That works. I don't know who would win actually. It depends what does the Predator, because Sabretooth is unarmed for the most part. I don't know. But a Predator did get killed by a bear in a comic. I forgot the name. I don't even remember that, to be honest. Honestly, the AVP Predators from Nick are more yellow than Assassin. That makes them Simpson. You're right. I will give you that one. Those are very, very yellow. In fact, I actually think the unarmored Assassin colors should have been used for those, to be honest with you. And I do agree, they are so much better than Assassin. I'm actually glad Randy decided to make those AVP figures not completely bulky like in the movie, so we did get the added articulation. I think that was actually a good call on his part. Own any 1/4 scale Predators? I do. I own quite a few actually. In fact, from the 1/4 scale stuff, I'm missing some kind of LED re-release of the Jungle Hunter, but I think that's it. I have all the others. You should do a video on some of the weird ass ideas for the movies. I will. Listen, it's all part of the plan. I'm planning stuff, retrospectives and all. When I rebrand this channel later this year. But then the main guy of NECA doesn't really see that was scary. Yeah, Randy doesn't like Alien versus Predator, the movie. He made the figures, but it was because he didn't like the movies that he decided to shrink them to give him more articulation. So it worked out. But it was also dangerous because he could have easily said, "Nope, I hate those movies. We're not doing them." That was one of the few times he actually listened to the fans and knew that, oh wow, I hate this, but if we do this, we make a lot of money, and they did. Poster version of the Future Pro looks like, yeah, it looks like they dropped that. I asked them about that on Facebook. They said no update yet. It's 10 o'clock at night for you. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. It's almost 10:30 here. You know what's scary? Predators run on. That movie was just an absolute abomination. Every time I think about that movie, my blood pressure rises so high. I'm going to go into cardiac arrest anytime I think about that movie, or anytime I think about Shane Black. I don't care what you say about Shane Black. He did good stuff in the 80s, but he's trash as a director and writer presently. Okay? Presently. Absolute trash. I mean, look at Iron Man 3. I will never understand why people like that movie. I don't mean to trash on it completely, but I thought the movie was horrible. Iron Legion was cool. Visuals were cool, but nothing else was. And it wasn't even the Mandarin thing. It must be on the same spectrum, too. It's like Predator 2018. The plot changed twice during the whole movie. First, it's a kill mission, then it's stealing an autistic kid. Yep. Yeah. 2 idiotic twists. The whole package. If you want to make yourself stupid, or watch that movie. Did this Randy guy make NECA or something? Why does he have this much power? I don't know where Randy's stance is in the company. He created NECA, right? I mean, he's one of the few people. Yeah, he did I believe he wrote Iron Man 3 too. That should explain a lot. And in Iron Man 3, part of the plot involves some loser kid that nobody cares about, that contributed nothing to the story. Absolutely nothing. It sucks. I like the design of the Fugitive Predator, one of my favorites. Look, the movie's garbage, but Fugitive is one of the better looking ones. And again, I like Assassin Predator's look, even though he was a big CGI mess. The Predator contributed to my anger issues. The Predator contributed to my stay at the local asylum. Multi-fandom, what's up? Hands down, the Predator takes the cake for the worst. Oh, absolutely. There's no way anybody can say Resurrection's the worst. Resurrection was deliberately being stupid. That's the difference. Resurrection was deliberately corny and dumb, right? Which was fine. If you go and look at, I'm not calling the Raimi Spider-Man movies bad, but if you go back, they're kind of campy, they're kind of corny, but it was deliberate, right? And that's why we like them. The same with Resurrection, although it went down a way steeper path in terms of corniness, deliberate corniness. But the Predator was trying to be serious. That's what's sad. That tells you how great of a director he is. Fugitive Predator cool till that face though. I thought the face was actually okay. I didn't mind it. His face wasn't unique. Resurrection's so bad it's good compared to this. Yeah. Too bad the Predator wasn't filmed like AVP. It'd be, yeah, right. Should have swapped places. Make it as dark as possible so you don't get tumors on your eyeballs watching that. God, that movie's horrific. And I already told you, I got into an argument with my coworker about this, who's a big fan of Shane Black. He's one of those people who's a film critic, so he is supposed to like certain movies. That doesn't make you a film critic. It makes you a slave. But he was defending it. I told him, this movie's, you're just saying that because you're a film critic. Your job is to lie. He had no neck. Yeah, I forgot about that. He didn't really have a neck, did he? That's okay. The Predator dogs are so, yeah. You go from Hellhounds to those, it was absolutely idiot. Again, Shane Black's decision. Let's give Let's take hellhounds, remove the spikes, and replace them with predator heads. The stupidity that comes out of that, man, it's medically fascinating. How can you be that stupid and be functional? Yeah, you can call them creative, sure. Idiotically creative. The prayer felt like one of those ad-lib dinner theater shows. I think ad-lib dinner theater shows are better. Sorry, Jim, but I've got to go. It's almost 11 for me and wife. Oh, that's all right, Antonio. It was good to have you here. Love to be part of the Predators and hunt for sport and honor. Yeah, well, you can hunt down Shane Black for it. This is what happens when I talk about Shane Black and the Predator. My anger just spikes. Yeah, the dogs had dreads. It was idiotic. Absolutely idiotic. But you know what's funny about that movie is I wasn't actually bothered by the Predator Hound's designs because I was so distracted by the rest of the stupidity of the movie as a whole camouflage that. That's probably one of the less stupid things in the movie. That's sad. Movie owes Thomas Jane an apology. You had Thomas Jane there. He was absolutely wasted. Yeah, you do owe that man an apology. He's a fantastic actor. And Predator movies aren't supposed to be comedies. They had what's his name in there? Not Peel, uh, Key, right? I don't know his full name. It's not a comedy. Just like how Last of Us 2 was reviewed too high the game to me. It's like Alien 3 to me. I didn't even play the entire game, so but I know about all its details and The Last of Us Part 2, yeah, it's one of those things where the critics are supposed to give it a good review no matter what. In your opinion, who played the Predator best? I'd go for either Jungle Hunter. Well, the cool thing about the actor who played Wolf is he tried to be as similar to Kevin Peter Hall as possible, and he did a good job. But Kevin Peter Hall's the winner. Keegan Michael Key, yeah. When you have him or the other one in a movie, it's obviously supposed to be comedic. Honestly, I didn't find the duo funny the last 10 years. I think they were funny when they first began their stand-up comedy and their skits, but if you look at anything Key and Peele today, it's absolute garbage. There needs to come a point where they need to say, we don't have anything funny more to make. Dwayne Johnson, I'm actually not a fan of Dwayne Johnson, to be honest with you. The Kurgan versus Predator bad guy from Highlander. All these interesting possibilities for crossovers, huh? But yeah, I try not to remember the Predator. Try to, you know, if I ever have an interest in killing myself by watching something, I'll watch that movie. That's what I'll do. That's not how I want to go out, but if I need to go out, I'll do what's necessary. Predator versus Rocketeer. Ooh, Rocketeer's got that fly, doesn't he? Oh man. Let's put it this way. I No matter how good or bad Prey is, it will be better than the Predator. I will say that. It has to be. Goddamn Shane Black was in the first movie. The first person to get killed by Predator was a script supervisor. And he not only effed up the movie, but he branded it with absolute. Ooh, the quarter scale Mark IV is up for pre-order. Let's see. Is it over 1,000? $1,040 for a quarter scale Mark IV with suit up gantry. My God. No thanks. Shoot, I might do my video on that. The lobotomized predator dog is the real MVP of the movie. Literally showed up and bailed the crew at every time they were in trouble. Even coughed up grenades and retrieved weapons. It was like a cartoon. It was ridiculous. Nemesis versus Predator. It was one of those Predator in a stripper outfit. You know what? It would have fit the tone of the movie. At the end, you know what I think is the dumbest part of the movie? At the end, it's not when he says, "That's my new suit." The kid works for the government. So we went from kind of a serious, lore accurate Predator movie, kind of, but not really, to a comedy, to something that is coming out of Nickelodeon, and then we go to Spy Kids. When I saw that the kid works for the government in the ending of the movie, I was watching Spy Kids. If I had a weapon in front of me while watching that movie, I would have pulled the trigger right here. Absolute stupidity. I know the world doesn't like the word stupidity anymore, but that's what it was. It was stupidity. Yeah, Gojir, the dance sequence in Predator 2 made a hell of a lot more sense than the Predator. I agree. That had purpose. I can feel my lungs collapsing when I talk about this. It was the bus scene that's where it became a comedy. See, look, I'll say this. I don't think comedy belongs in a Predator movie, but I don't think that's where it went wrong. I think it went wrong with the autistic kid. In fact, no, it went wrong as soon as we learned that the Predators want to come to Earth and take it over. That's when they killed the lore. But I agree, the comedy did not help. Predator versus Green Goblin. They dance after the city hunter dies. They did. They were so happy. He was probably not liked. You know, that movie went wrong as soon as the after the Fox logo went away and we saw the first scene. The dancing. Yeah, just experimenting with human culture. Yeah, they're just trying things out. It didn't harm anybody. Oh man. Dilemma got me mad in the theater. Joe, welcome back. I don't know, man. There's only so much I can say about that movie because it's just what can be said anymore. It did everything wrong. If we just talk about the lore, it did every single thing that could be wrong. It did that in terms of the lore. It went against every single thing. Favorite Iron Man suit? Mark III. That's my favorite. Imagining Lost Predator or Borg actually do the same movements as Wolf, but with the uh, exception of the sword. Yeah, can cut a thick ass tree in half. Yes, I'm autistic. Great. When can we start? Tristan knows. He knows. AVP 1 and 2 deserve every Academy. You know, AVP 1 had really bad acting. It's notoriously known for having really bad acting, with the exception of Lance Henriksen, of course. But eons better than that track. And the protagonist in The Predator, I actually kind of liked. I like the actor. He's Donald Pierce in Logan. I thought he was great. It was by no means his fault. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Saying the 2018 movie is not. We don't even need an official statement saying the 2018 movie is not canon. In my opinion, this is the way you should go about anything, even with this Marvel thing happening now, and DC. If you don't like something, don't consider it canon. Problem solved. That's what I don't consider the Predator canon. I think it's a product. I think it's a fun little product of a man having a midlife crisis. He was actually your favorite character. Yeah, because he wasn't bad. He was perfectly fine. He wasn't this. If you look back at the movie, he didn't do anything wrong. He was acting the way he was supposed to act. He wasn't even funny or trying to be funny. Yeah, he was fine. But, I'm going to go to bed. All right, Justin, you take care. Predator Billy laugh. Marvel's, yeah, there you go. Marvel's What If, The Predator. Terrible. Yeah, it's just a what if of the franchise, man. It's the only way I can work with it. Think the cut/emissary Predator scenes will ever see the light of day? I think one day we'll see them, honestly. Yeah, I think one day, just not for a while. Imagine if the main protagonist in 2018 played a character similar to that of his Logan role. I would not have objected. That would have been cool. But all right, I'm probably going to end it here, folks. It's getting pretty late. Well, it's not even that late, but I'm going to book it. Got through my Scorpion Predator, so I'm going to let everybody get to it. I need to go work out this anger somehow. I'm probably going to go punch a kid. Or Shane Black. That would work. But anyway, I'll be back for another stream soon, so keep an eye out for that. As usual, I want to send links for my stuff. I'm putting out a video tomorrow on the Sanctuary. If you want to go check that, it's on my gaming station. So I'll leave a link to our channel there. And if people are interested, this is all in the description, by the way, or it should be. But if you want to join our Facebook group, where we talk about anything pop culture, there you go. And if you want to talk specifically about aliens and predators in a Facebook group, I have this one as well. So a little promotion. And again, if people want to message me and talk or anything, you're more than welcome to. I'm available. All right. Take care, everybody. I'll see you soon.